What's up, Jabroni? Simon here. Welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into Person Adventures episode number 11 of season number 2, 2PIR. Not sure what that means, but nonetheless, last episode, shit got real. Our boy Reese got himself arrested. Yeah, luckily it was a really cool ending with the whole different spy or different people that were wearing suits. Awesome, love that. But yeah, I'm not sure where things are gonna go. I'm expecting things are about to pick up in a very different kind of way. As always, if you like right here, like, comment, subscribe, head over to Patreon, full, uncut, unedited reactions over there if you want them. If you don't, that's cool. Episodes here whenever they show up. But yeah, I don't really have too much else to say. Honestly, we're just gonna kind of get right into it and hope that shit gets fun and interesting and real. Here we go.
911, what's your emergency?
I mean, either way, Reese is screwed here. He's either the man in the suit or a bad guy.
Isolation, no contact.
You're allowed to hold them in Rikers for 72 hours? Get the fuck out of here. There's no way that's real.
I know the federal government would be no match for you.
As I suspect it might be compromising for you to be found with a phone, I'll be brief.
Okay.
Sincerely hope our next conversation
He's
is in a
gonna do
better
that shit by
circumstances.
himself. Ain't that the kid that died?
I'll be in.
You should. The hell? How did class finish? It just started. What you should do is offer some type of reward.
Kids ain't what they used to be. Be careful in there, pal.
Kids ain't what they used to be. The kids, this has always been a thing, man. What are you talking about?
Don't sweat Lawton.
Holy
I
shit.
think schools would run better if they just got
That's
rid of
the-
students and teachers.
Right, that's the dude from Mrs. Maisel.
Chris Beckner, computer science.
What?
Why indeed?
What did that say? I felt like that said it like. I thought that said what something. Kids just allowed to have their cell phones? What schools these kids went? What the hell? Just have their cell phones out? Again, no
my
shit's
people.
taken.
We're investigating a string of burglaries in the area. Talking to Red.
You okay?
I don't need your help. Okay?
He's the killer. He's gonna try to kill the person maybe that caused his brother to die. The hell is that? It's kind of interesting. We're getting a like non-Reese episode, like fully non-Reese. Oh shit. Nobody would suspect him to be the.
Finch, whoever this drug dealer is.
I think his mom started to drink heavily when the one dude died. Her son died. That sucks.
Filling out my medical history.
I'm a practical girl. I like to know what I'm getting into.
Look at her. She drugged him. Holy shit.
So are we? Cash is our guy. Where are you, anyway?
Oh shit. It's the kid.
Thought you were following the kid. Well, I'll
First
be
off,
damned.
what dumbass does that
Our mystery drug lord is
in
clear.
New York? Takes out the money. Like, in a bad way. I'm doing that shit.
Ready your
He's trying to draw no attention. Thumbs off.
You know, I used to do a little coding myself. That's an elegant string you have, but it occurs to me that if you want to implement multi-threading, you do better to use atomic variables. Just a thought.
Wait, that works.
Yes, that's why I suggested it.
Thanks.
Yo, Roman, you here?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
What you came for, right?
So tell me, why would a kid like you do something so stupid like dealing at a school in my neighborhood?
What the hell was that?
The Library of Congress.
What? 235 terabytes on one thumb drive? The
What?
internet's choking on streaming video. Code from back in college. You were a
Yes.
medium talent at best. There is no way that Chris Beckner designed something this extraordinary. A very large check.
That's insane. It's not, that thing does not exist at all. The hell out of here.
Finally tracked down that transit cop, Murphy. The one who was first in the scene when Caleb's brother died. Left a message for him to come down.
Carter's just all in now. She's like, you know what? I'm all in on being bad. Look at her. Who is the person we're setting up? Or with the DNA thing? I don't understand what we're doing with that. Might have missed something. I don't know. I must have missed something in the conversation Carter was having with Finch. I don't know what we're doing, what she's doing. Everything else I get, I don't know what she's doing.
Nothing was gonna bring his brother back.
Damn.
Some things you can't fix.
Damn. Nobody. Interesting.
Yeah, I just talked to Murphy. Brother's death was an accident, but it sounds like Caleb blames himself for it.
Well, that's a problem, Detective, because I lost Caleb. He got on a city bus and it left before I could catch up.
You kidding me?
It off as your own.
I am not going to stand here and be accused of plagiarism by some substitute teacher. Besides, why would I copy work off of a C-grade student?
Because Caleb is anything but average. And you know it.
That's why you took his work to your friend.
She's like, who are you?
Caleb, he approached me a few months ago about this project he was working on. I was skeptical, but when I saw his code, I couldn't believe my eyes, so I decided.
Damn,
For
the
yourself.
twists keep happening. Shit.
Caleb gets all the credit. It was just easier for me to pitch the idea to them myself, get some capital, and then reveal the true brain behind it. He offered me half if I put the other half in my loan.
I don't get it. 17/6/21. Thought that was a date, but I don't.
Dispatch Officer Murphy regarding the subway fatality. 1080 on the backup request.
10-5, officer. Cancel backup request?
Affirmative.
21 days into your life,
Oh,
the age at which your brother died. The age you've chosen to end your life, too.
oh shit.
17/6/21.
Did you figure that out?
So
You
you
do that
see,
to your. Damn, dude. Man's had him with a deep thought right there. I don't know what he's gonna do. And I thought he was about to run for it, man. He was going. That's crazy, dude.
Get me Carter.
I don't get how Carter chose the guy that she chose. Was she looking for a guy with like a similar build to John? Isn't the drug? Aren't the drug dealers looking for you?
Thanks.
How'd you know he did that with a homemade computer? I read all that research. No one's ever mentioned that.
Because it was me.
I must have heard it somewhere.
gonna be the catch of the episode. Let's see.
They're not a threat to national security. They're not going anywhere. Put them back.
All 4 of them?
Just the person I wanted to see.
Oh shit.
What's going on? I thought the evidence cleared these guys.
The DNA, the fingerprints, it's all too neat. You were a senior interrogator in Iraq. It's time to put those military skills to use.
Oh,
I want you to
shit.
interrogate every last one of these men, find out who they are, what they know. Start with him.
Oh my god, that's gonna be interesting as hell. Holy shit. Okay. So I liked a lot about this episode, like a lot about this episode. I do have one thing that I'm very, very confused about. The drug dealer. The last time we saw the drug dealer was right here when he didn't show up, right?
Our boy is a no-show and Lorenzo wants his head. You worry about the kid. I'll take care of Lorenzo.
But we don't know what happened to Lorenzo. They didn't say what happened. Like literally. You just see Lionel show up, but we don't, right? I didn't miss anything, right? That's the only real thing that I was like, actually that and one more thing. I don't know what Carter was doing. Like, was Carter just looking for a guy that was of similar build to John? Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Let's see if we can find when she's talking.
New York. I know what to do. Talking about, I crossed it a long time ago. Now we have to deal with the DNA sample. FBI keeps it in a secure lab here in New York.
Okay.
I know what to do. But I'm gonna need a couple things from you.
Yeah, but then we don't see Carter say what she's doing at all, right? Until she's in the middle of like doing what she's doing. We don't know what she's doing. I'm assuming that's what she was doing. But nonetheless, I'd give the episode a very, very strong 8. Those 2 things are the only things that I was kind of like, about. And it's not really that they were bad. It's just that I guess I'm just used to the show or other shows kind of saying what's happening or what's gonna happen or what happened. And in this one, it was just kind of like we were just meant to assume what was happening. That there was no explanation of what was happening. It's just like, well, we assumed that she was doing this for this and it had to be this specific kind of person. And then with Lionel, we're like, well, we assume Lionel just arrested those guys. That's what I'm guessing. Maybe called the cops or something. But that's literally the only thing I didn't like about not even didn't like, just that, I can't say it. I liked the episode a lot, but those are the only 2 things that kind of left me going, questioning things. So we start off, somebody got hit by a train. That's what the case is about. We see John arrested in jail. We see the one dude who's been looking for him. I'm saying we're gonna get the DNA. We're gonna hold him for 72 hours. We're gonna do what needs to be done. We then get a phone here for some reason. Somehow Finch got a phone in there. And then the rest of the episode is John free. I'm not sure. Have we had another episode where it was no John, and have we had an episode where it was no Finch? Because even the episode when Finch got kidnapped, we had Finch in it. But I don't know if we've had an episode without one of them really. So Swift is Finch is gonna be he's pretending to be a substitute teacher named Swift. Got a bunch of kids that aren't paying attention. He wants to figure out what's the deal with this kid, why his number came up. Now we start to think of how the machine selected this kid. How would that be? Because nobody was trying to kill him. He was going to kill himself. Unless his number only came up because of the drug dealer situation. I don't know. Another one where I'm just like, I don't understand how the machine figured that he was going to kill himself. Yeah, I don't know how the machine figured that out. All right, we follow the kid around. Talk to Carter. We're like, oh, we have to figure out how we're gonna get him out. She's like, I know what I have to do. The DNA sample. I stole these fingerprints. Um, Finch is like, well, you're gonna cross the line, and she's like, we already crossed that line, man. We're already beyond that line. So we then meet another teacher. We then start to look at, is this when we find the code? No, this is when this is when we find out that the kid is a genius. Because at one point Finch pulls the paper out of the trash can, and then we find out the kid's a genius, and he's purposely coming off as average. We do another thing on the board. We talk about pi. Is that what that means? 2 pi r? I don't know what that means. 2 pi r. 2 pi. We meet the mom. The mom's an alcoholic. I'm guessing she started drinking once her first kid died. He's fucking with these guys. I don't understand the purpose of fucking with these kids. Finch finds this thing about coding. We then see that the kid's extremely smart. Even smarter than we expected him to be. Carter goes to a club. Yeah, see, she says no to the big guy. And then
for something a little more.
It's got to be that he's a similar build to John, right? That's the only thing I can think of. Nonetheless, let's see. She does a swab to him, gets his DNA. We follow the kid, and then we find out the kid is the drug dealer that we were looking for. We were looking for like this drug dealer, and turns out the kid is a drug dealer, and he's using these smaller drug dealers to sell for him, and it's a very elaborate plan, but it's working. They don't know it's him. Great stuff. We then see, is this when the teacher? Yeah, the teacher is copying stuff from the file drive, the thumb drive of the Caleb kid. We then speak to Caleb. We talk about some coding stuff. We then meet some stuff with this other drug dealer who essentially sends him because he's been selling on his turf. Okay, so I guess my other question is about this episode is, what was the purpose of him selling the drugs? He kept saying for this trip. The trip was essentially he was going to kill himself. What was the purpose of the drugs? Because you could have been like, oh, the drugs were to make sure his mom is set for stuff with money. Then at the same time, you're like, no, that doesn't make sense because the coding would have been that. You know what I mean? Later we find out that the code that he created that the guy was going to split 50-50. That was the original plan. I don't understand the purpose of the drugs. I don't understand what he was doing with the drugs. Like the selling of the drugs. I don't get that part. Coding, we find out the teacher's meeting, selling it to somebody. It comes off very shady. Turns out he's stealing Caleb's work. That's what it comes across. Carter breaks in, all spy-like. I mean, she's all about breaking the rules now. Swaps the DNA. We then follow Caleb. Caleb goes to... Oh no, then Lionel talks with the cops. The cop who was there that night, which came off shady. So in my head, I'm like, oh shit, what did this cop do? Why did he report and then say cancel the backup and all that other stuff? Why is the report wrong? Find out what actually happened. The two kids were a little bit drunk, over drinking. They were fucking around, jumping over across the tracks. The older brother didn't make it, and Caleb blames himself because of it, because his brother died because of the game they were playing. So the twist is that Caleb is actually there was nobody that killed the brother. It was an accident, and therefore Caleb isn't going to look for revenge to kill anybody. We then speak with the teacher, and we think that maybe the teacher is like bad, and he's like, no, that was not bad. It was his name is on all the credit. I just had to be the one to do it. I had to be the one to pitch the meeting, all this other stuff. Kids underage and everything. It makes sense. And I was supposed to get 50%, but I'm going to give him all of it, which I'll be like, bro, I'll give you 80%. I want something helping you here. Yeah, it turns out the teacher's a good guy too. And then I don't know how Finch jumped to the 721. I mean, I get what it is. I don't know how Finch got to it. Especially the kid was gonna kill himself at the same age and time that his brother died. So he was gonna commit suicide. Great speech here from Finch about getting him to live on, be better. You're like this great genius. You're this person that has to live for. Don't put your mom through that. The money isn't gonna mean anything. Lionel shows up. We have another great interaction here with Finch and the kid about the coding. And right when we jump over here to Reese being released, the FBI's like, no, fuck that. We're interrogating everybody. They got to the samples. Somehow they're one of these guys is working big time and is gonna get out and be free. We can't allow that. And yeah, that's the episode. So next episode is gonna be the interrogation episode. Guessing. And it's gonna be pretty cool. So hopefully you guys enjoy this reaction. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Patreon if you want the full reaction, if you want it uncut and edited, all that good stuff. But I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna talk to you guys. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this here, and I will see you guys in a little bit.